describe how majestic Earth is. Words will fail you. What was that talking about? Danger. Warning. This is officially an official Thor News warning. In many ways, this is a fairly unremarkable comet. Trust me, in many, many ways. Stay cool. This is a Thor News presentation. Hit the button, baby. Thor News presents. I ain't presenting a presentation for nothing, bub. Well, it's 1 for the money, 2 for the show, and 3 to get ready. Let's go, cat, go. Side Springs boring. I started to make this video last night. I was working hard on it. And then I got struck down with a horrible pain. It disfigured me greatly. It caused me to bleed from my short pants. And I realized, holy crap, Comet sighting spring almost killed me with boredom. I'm gonna break the real science and facts down for you people. Might hit Mars, probably won't. NASA might get 1,000 great photographs of it, probably won't see them. So your buddies who are gonna pull out their telescopes and, some might get better shots than we'll see from NASA, but, other than that, it's a pretty uneventful event. It is cute, though, to see suspicious observers wax poetic, 'cause I had that with Tyson, so I ain't making fun of him or, I'm sure him and Team Electric Universe have a lot of points to win in their gang war with NASA. And I gotta tell you, the Heliophysics Division is definitely my favorite part of NASA at the moment. And like Forrest Gump, I'm like, maybe it's a little bit of both. Maybe it's fire and lightning, But then being Thor, and then it's like that third thing that can't really be explained or defined. It's like when you're trying to define love, you can't do it. You want to describe how majestic Earth is. Words will fail you. What was that talking about? Scientifically waxing poetically, I guess. Guess I was saying that Sighting Spring is boring, but it's not as boring as Rosetta. But the two combined make it hard to make a good video that's funny. So, I'm jibber-jabbering in between the facts. There are no real facts except for we got a lot of satellites rovers, alien embassies over on Mars. Although I will touch on the fact that hopefully you guys will avoid the Hubble's big weakness in the building of the James Webb Telescope is that Hubble, which I love, no one loves the Hubble more than I, though it takes these amazing photographs outside of our solar system. Then when you turn it inside the solar system, it gets real sucky. So much so that like Damien Peach, an excellent amateur astrophotographer, asterisk, his photographs were better than Hubble's. Hubble's just makes Ison look like this boring clump of evenly spewing salt water. Harmless little crystals. I don't know. You know, Damien Peach has color, life, strength. It was the amateur Sean was like, hey, anti-tail. But we won't get into that jet rink episode adventure. I've already spoken way too long. Just supposed to spice this thing up. Yeah, it's true. Deciding spring might kill you with boredom. Boredom? Which one is grammatically your writer? You know, correctifying. I like to be totally correctifying. And I love you. Would suggest, hey man, if I could have a Thor dream, Google Hangout, be fun to do exciting spring event. My dream team would be Suspicious Observers, Dabu 7, BP Earthwatch, and Jenna Marbles. The event is boring. You know, be like watching a blowout Super Bowl in the first quarter, you know? And the mix of people would be fascinating. Seeing how they respond as a group, how they act as a team. I don't think it happened though. I think it would be fun and funny and educational, informative, and we'd all get to know each other a little better. Alright, Mars will skirt the Comet coma. About as exciting as this video gets, I get to say that Mars will skirt the Comet coma. Alright, we've got 2 weeks left until Comet Sighting Springs makes its very close approach, meaning 86,000 miles to Mars. Overall, I gotta say, this whole story's pretty boring. We got Tony Batams, our old buddy from Comet Ice and Observing Campaign, even notes, in many ways, this is a fairly unremarkable comet. Trust me, in many ways. But at this point, nothing could really look more boring than the whole that campaign. Either, NASA's trying to bore us to death, or they hire scientists as their PR people who are supposed to make these subjects interesting because it's like, ooh, Rosetta, a comet that doesn't look like a comet at all. No output or activity. Oh, it's ducky looking thing. And a ray gun. It's like, where are you gonna land this? It's like, man, this whole story is really boring. No offense. Just calling it like I see it. And it's like sighting spring. It's gonna pass close. Which could be interesting because, there are a lot, and there's a crap ton of satellites and rovers on Mars, so in any other circumstance, you could get excited about this. All those cameras, all the ways we're gonna see it. But after the Comet campaign where the amateurs beat the pros as far as photograph quality, I still put the Mars photograph of icing down as the worst single photograph I've ever seen in my life. Seriously, that's legit. And so even to see the Hubble take a photograph of icing that looked nothing like the amateur photos, and then when it takes a photo of sighting spring, it almost looks like the exact same thing, like their Hubble Comet program needs to be updated, Can you render it with a little more flair? So, my hope's pretty low. On October 7th, MRO, Chrism, and High-Rise imaging of Comet to check comet trajectory. On October 9th, we have 10 days to the closest approach, and Maven will do its last course correction to hide behind planet Mars, cause it's scared you can't. And then on October 16th, Maven's first science observation, ultraviolet UV images of the comet with the IUVS. Other Maven instruments may study the comet to map the comet's coma, study the solar wind interaction, and possibly detect dust. And then on the 17th through 19th, the closest approach, the MRO studies Mars' atmosphere to identify its nominal state. All cameras are on and will take images of the comet to determine the nucleus rotation rate. Curiosity will image Comet at night using the ChemCam camera to study the mineral makeup of the comet. Note, ChemCam can't face the sun, and it's difficult to move the mast camera at night. So don't get your hopes up or prepare to be disappointed is what it's telling you. 1 hour prior to closest approach. What? Okay. Maven goes into planned minimum risk mode 1 hour prior to closest approach. Fields and particle instruments will be on. All instruments requiring high voltage will be off. Mars will skirt the comet coma. Mars will skirt the comet coma. Mars will skirt the comet coma. That's about as exciting as this video gets. I get to say Mars will skirt the comet coma. Boring. Boring. Super boring. Minimum risk, boring. Comet particles, boring. Boring, boring. Super boring. Mega boring. Uber mega super boring. How big is the nucleus? Why can't I get that anywhere? Where's my nucleus size, people? Odds of hitting Mars. The comet's nucleus will miss Mars, but Mars will definitely pass through Comet Sighting Springs coma of gas and dust. As Mars passes through the debris, boring. Oh hey, for Donnie Down thumbs out there, I want you to know I have a special connection with that down thumbs button. So when you hit it, I feel this strike of pain. And it just hurts. And I cry every time you hit it. I know when you only hit it once, you only get one down thumbs to represent your displeasure with my video making. But I feel that pain every time you press the button on that down thumb. So just remember, if you spend an hour on your computer pressing that same down thumbs button, you're making me cry and feel pain and feel bad for making that video for a whole hour. Just thought I'd let you in that little secret. Peace out. God bless everyone. Try and talk about something more fantastic next.